Hi Reddit, throwaway account because honestly, this is messy and I don't want people I know reading this. I'm 29, and my younger brother, Jake, is 26. We grew up in a small town in Ohio. Our mom, Linda, passed away unexpectedly 6 months ago after a brief illness. She was always our rock, super organized, and loved keeping family traditions alive. She also had a small inheritance left from her parents that she hadn't really discussed with us in detail. So here's the situation. When Mom passed, I expected our grief to be the main focus, but instead, family tensions escalated fast. Our dad, Tom, has been distant since her death. He's mostly staying busy with work and avoiding any deep conversations. Jake and I have been trying to process our grief differently, and it's led to a lot of misunderstandings. A couple of months ago, we learned from the lawyer that Mom's will had specific instructions. She left the house to both of us jointly. Some savings accounts equally split, but here's the kicker. She also left a small sum in a trust specifically for Jake's education. He's pursuing his MBA. She had mentioned years ago that she wanted to help him finish school, but I had no idea she'd put it in a legally separate fund. At first, I was fine with it. I knew Jake had student loans and it made sense. But then I overheard Jake talking on the phone with his friend, bragging about how he got the entire trust and won't have to pay it back. And it sounded like he was implying I wasn't getting anything extra. That stung. I felt blindsided because, yes, Mom wanted to help him with school, but it seemed like he was twisting it into something unfair or, worse, like he was rubbing it in. I waited a few days to cool down, then confronted him in our mom's old kitchen. "Jake, can we talk?" I asked quietly. "Sure, what's up?" he said, scrolling on his phone. "I overheard your conversation the other day," I started carefully. "About the trust Mom set up. I get it's school, loans, whatever, but it sounded boastful, like you're implying I'm getting nothing." He laughed, not a nervous laugh, an actual chuckle. "You're serious?" "Yes, I'm serious," I snapped. "I'm hurt. Mom made it clear she wanted to help you with school, and I respect that. But it feels like you're gloating, and honestly, it hurts our relationship." Jake leaned back, sighing, and for the first time, I saw that mix of guilt and defensiveness. "I didn't mean to gloat. I was venting to my friend. I didn't think you'd hear it." "Well, you did," I said, "and it made me feel like I'm the bad guy for being upset about nothing." "Claire, come on. Mom loved you too. She split the house and savings equally. Isn't that fair?" I paused. "Yes, but it's more than that. It's about respect, communication, not twisting things into some kind of game. I feel like you're being careless with how you talk about her decisions." He was silent for a long moment. Then he said, "You know, I thought you'd be happy for me. I don't see why you're so upset over a small trust. It's meant for school, not to make you feel bad." "I am happy for you," I said, voice shaking. "But I also don't want our relationship to turn into resentment over money or Mom's decisions. We're family. That should matter more." That was the climax. He looked at me, and I could see real conflict in his eyes. The kind that says, "I don't know if I can meet you halfway." In the end, we didn't resolve it fully that day. He apologized for how he spoke. I apologized for how I reacted, but there's still a tension. Our dad knows something is off, but he hasn't intervened. And honestly, I don't know if he should. I feel torn because I love my brother and I want to trust him, but this whole inheritance thing has exposed cracks I didn't realize existed. So Reddit, AITA for confronting my brother about how he was talking about the trust. I know Mom intended it for him, but I felt hurt and blindsided, and I wanted to address it directly.